back here working the Fairfield area and the shoreline. So I'm excited to be here. I've got 28 years of lending experience. I've done everything under the sun. So there's not a deal or a situation that I really haven't come across. And we've got a great team. I want to appreciate Jose for introducing me. And everyone have a great week. Please give me a shout. I'll put my information in the chat. So any questions, please give me a shout whenever possible. I'm always available basically 7 days a week. And I wish you guys a great week and a wonderful end into the March season. Thank you.
Wonderful.
Spectacular. Thank you so much, Jose and John. Jose, anything to add before we move today?
Well, actually, I do. If you don't mind, I'm going to steal a little bit more of your time. Is that all right?
Sure. How about 90 seconds?
90 seconds. Guys, just wanted to follow up with what Rick said on yesterday's call, the challenge that he put for everybody of getting more listings. I wanted to let you know, please look back to your databases. If you have any properties that fell through in the past because of property conditions, inspection problems, or anything like that, please consider renovation mortgages. Guaranteed Rate has a fantastic renovation department. We may be able to save a transaction. We may be able to bring it back to life, bring that monster back and make it beautiful. We have a renovation program, and perhaps that will be something you could use in your toolbox to help bring up more business. Please keep that in mind. All yours.
Beautiful. Thank you so much. As always, we appreciate you this morning, and welcome to John. So moving forward, a couple of quick announcements before we dive into our main content this morning. Announcement number one, hey, don't forget, Monday, we're now just a couple of days away, Monday the 15th at 1 o'clock or 4 o'clock. I hope you have one of those two times in your calendar to join us on this in this Zoom room, where we go through all of our brand new, about to be released 2021 compensation models. So you do want to make sure that you jump on one of those calls to know what you have to choose from, how it's all going to work, and what the rest of 2021 will look like for you and your money. It's an important money call. So be certain that you jump on one of those two, 1 o'clock or 4 o'clock on Monday. And do me a favor, for the other 400 people that are not on this call, tell your friends. Right? When you see people in the market center, when you're talking to somebody, when you're emailing back and forth, when you're texting back and forth with one of your colleagues, please remind them either 1 o'clock or 4 o'clock on Monday. We'd like to make sure that we have just about as many people on those calls as possible, so that there's an understanding about the direction we're heading, and we can answer as many questions as possible live. So that is Monday. I mentioned yesterday, I'll mention again today, because you didn't get the graphic. You will get the graphic this morning to either post or send or utilize in your own marketing with your own databases. Investor 101 seminar will take place at 7 o'clock on 23rd. So that's now 8 days, about 12 days away. So 2 weeks from this past Tuesday night. For those of you who don't know what that is, that's a simple kind of hour and 15-minute investor seminar that you invite yourself and your clientele to, invite your database to. I produce it for you, so it's live via Zoom. We'll go through all the kind of foundational concepts for becoming a real estate investor. Allow them to ask questions of me, of our mortgage partners, and get the information that they need so that they can then come back to you and say, hey, you know what, that was pretty cool. I think I'd like to buy an investment property. So take advantage of the fact that you don't have to really do much of anything for this seminar except push your people to it, and I'll do the rest for you. So that's Tuesday the 23rd at 7 o'clock. Again, usually about an hour and 15 minutes. Although I think those of you who have been are laughing, saying it's never an hour and 15 minutes. It's usually more like an hour and a half to an hour and 45. But hey, I'm going to stick with an hour and 15 because we are revamping and revising, and I'll do my best to talk less. How does that sound? Now you're all really laughing. Okay, and so one last thing before we go on. Thank you so much to everyone who plugged in yesterday to Lucy Parker's second session. And I say that because Lucy Parker's second session was really not a whole lot about Lucy Parker, right? It was really about you and what it is you got to put on the table and mastermind about with what you've been experiencing in terms of successes and or challenges with your social media campaigns for the last 30 days. So I just want to say thank you to everyone who was on that call, and certainly to everyone who contributed. Because the ideas that you all shared with each other that then got Lucy all juiced up and kind of helped her help you even plus those ideas, I just thought were really great. I enjoyed yesterday far more than the first session because it was about you talking to each other about your successes. And so if you missed it, it was recorded. It is on the YouTube channel, so you can check that out. Certainly by later this morning, it will be posted. All righty. So I'm really excited this morning to have a couple of guests share the screen. Following with the social media theme of Lucy Parker this week, we wanted to bring first Jen Henry, the productivity coach extraordinaire, who is going to help work through these stories with me. Let's see if I can make that happen. Where's my good friend Jen Hen? There she is.
Hello.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. And so, Jen, you and I were talking the other day, and you were bragging on a couple of your productivity coaching clients to me about some of the things that they were doing to create new business opportunities. And both of them kind of centered around some version of moving into that space of social media. Do you want to just tell us a little bit about that conversation and then introduce your folks, and we'll have them tell their stories?
Of course. And thank you for bringing me out of square number 2 down to the main stage. So when, for those, first of all, there are so many great people in the productivity coaching program that are doing amazingly well. So congrats to all of them for their awards. And we've got one agent who, has been selling for a while that we're going to feature today, and one brand new agent. And as part of the program, you're required to select 3 lead generation paths so that you have an actual strategy of what you're doing. And Donna Lumsden, when she and I first started working together, social media was not actually one of your paths, right, Donna?
Absolutely zero, no social media.
Yeah. And so like anything in life, we go through things, and sometimes you have to make a change. You have to tweak if something that you're doing isn't working, and you add something new. So as a matter of fact, Donna, did you have a Facebook account when we first met each other?
I never had a Facebook account, and I didn't open it until I believe it was 2019. And Jen Bernanke had helped me, and I don't think she believed me when I told her I just opened up a Facebook account, and she was helping me post a listing. I didn't even know how to post. I didn't even know how to post anything. She literally had to post a listing for me on Facebook, and she was like, "Oh, let me see how many friends you have." I'm like, "I don't have any friends." She goes, "Oh, you really don't have any friends." Brand new, 2019.
Right. So 2019. So that wasn't that long ago.
No.
And then you decided that you would, well, first of all, what made you decide that you would, delve into social media and add that as one of your lead generation strategies?
Actually, I was thinking about that last night, and before Command, I was actually shared an office with Dan Leiden, whose main business was all his leads. I think the majority of his business came from Facebook, and I was always in awe of that. And then Command came, and you taught us how to use Command and the social media, how it was all attached. So I don't know, I was motivated to see if I could make that work, even though I was completely ignorant. I think that's how it kind of got started.
Yeah.
He was in coaching back then, I think, too.
Yeah. So, so Rick, I just realized that I just jumped right into interviewing her. Did you want me to continue with that?
Yeah, that's a beautiful thing.
Okay, great. All right, so during COVID, you decided to, really give this a lot more attention, right?
Yes, actually, so open houses used to be one of my prime, lead genning. I always did a lot of open houses and always had tremendous success with it, but then COVID hit. So I was already, dabbling in the Facebook advertising, but it really took on a whole new life, I guess, this time last year.
That's right.
I really
Because
became
because
committed,
one of your main sources of leads had just disappeared.
gone away.
That's
Yep.
right. All right. So then you started, doing the Facebook ads, right?
Yes.
And then what happened about mid-COVID to your Facebook account?
Yes. So actually was I was looking at I actually looked at, because command saves all that data, and I never actually did like a deep dive into it until last night, and it looks like things turned around. It was actually August when I got my first listing appointment from a lead. So I eventually learned how to get a lot of leads, and I actually convert some into engagements, but that was the first actual listing appointment that I went on, was in August. And since then, I've noticed, I don't know whether it has to do with algorithm or whatever, but, by continuing it and staying focused, I continue to get a lot of leads, and I've been able to convert quite a few since then.
And you're getting listing appointments, right?
Yes.
Yeah. And you did have a little glitch happen though, right? Remember what happened?
Yes.
Yeah. What happened
Oh
to your
my
Facebook
gosh.
account?
My Facebook account was shut down. Somebody had hacked it. This was before COVID. Somebody had hacked it on the marketplace, trying to sell some motorcycle for $1,000. They shut me down completely. Forgot about that. Yes, it was quite the disaster.
Yeah. So what, and the reason why I brought that up is because Donna really wasn't a fan of Facebook. She adopted Facebook. She jumped all in, and then her account got hacked.
Right.
And it would have been really easy for her to just give up, right?
Mm.
Because it was a hot mess. Even I couldn't even help her solve it, right?
Yes.
We spent like hours trying to figure this
At
out.
night, late at night.
At
Yes.
night, yes. And but you give up. And
No.
so tell everybody what are some of the ideas that you're using to bring in these listing lead opportunities?
So there's actually a difference. There really is ads that you do for buyers, like if you have a listing or another agent lets you advertise their listings. And then there's the seller type of ads. And the one that I've had tremendous success with, which I think really kind of turned everything around when I finally, had an aha moment, was I had posted, I did a paid ad on our heat map. And that was amazing. I mean, I came across so many people just in the neighborhood, in my own town or nearby, that, they were so interested in, just understanding and seeing that heat map. And that was probably one of the best ads I ever did.
That's fantastic. So she wasn't even advertising a listing. She's just being creative and thinking outside of the box.
Yes.
And look how technologically savvy she is now. Look at her background.
That's scary.
All right. So thank you, Donna. So Mara is a brand new agent. So you have to, oh yeah, great. So Mara, how long actually have you been an agent?
Probably, I think it's 5.5 weeks now.
5.5 weeks. Wow. Okay. So she's a babe in the woods, right? So, but you have already done a Facebook ad, haven't you?
Yes, I did a Facebook ad, and I got like, it was just a 3-day ad, and I got like 40 contacts from that. I called all of them and I emailed all of them. Some of them, didn't answer, and it was a whole drawn out thing. And some are fake emails that you get, but you just got to keep with it. And I keep emailing them, and I did get in touch with a couple people that will be keeping in touch with me. And I also got someone to sign for, she wants a rental in, so if anyone knows of a rental in Greenwich or Cos Cob for up to 3,900, but she wants 2,000 square feet, let me know.
All right, so look at that. So she did one ad 5.5 weeks into her career, and she got 40 contacts, and she has a rental lead for 3,900 a month. Not too shabby. Now, so social media is one of your main lead generation strategies, correct?
Oh, yes.
Yes. Okay. And prior to joining real estate, you already had a Facebook group right? So tell everybody about that Facebook group.
Yeah, well, I have it. There's two different things. There's groups and there's pages. So
Mhm.
before I joined Even Real Estate, I started a page for empowering women, where I have 21,000 followers on it. But the difference between a page and a group is in a page, you can't always get everybody's contact info. So I decided to branch out and start a group,
Right.
where it's kind of another women's group, but it actually engages with people. And every time you post something, people get notifications. And for people to sign up for my group, I put in it that they have to put their email and where they live. So I started this group around 10 days ago, and I actually have, I think as of today, I have 660 followers just for 10 days with 660 emails, contacts.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's working out really good. And 3 people have actually contacted me already about appointments, about wanting to list and sell their homes in the next year. So
Wow. All right.
That's
So we've got one person using ads about market conditions to grow their business, and another person using groups and empowering women to grow their business. If I were you guys, I'd watch these two, because these two are future rock stars in this company, doing a ton of sales, and a main lead source being social media and Facebook. Rick, do you have
Awesome.
any questions for them?
Yeah, so if anybody has any questions, pop those in the chat. And as we're waiting for any of those questions, I just want to say, how excited I am by what Donna and Mara are doing, and thank them for sharing that this morning. It's so encouraging to me as someone who continues to live on the outside of social media and used to stand in front of a group of real estate agents and say, okay, social media is not lead generation, right? I don't say that anymore because agents like Donna and Mara are continually proving that to be incorrect, right? You have great tools that they are using at a high level to create listing and buyer lead opportunities for themselves. And so I just want to encourage the other 90 people on this call. If you're not utilizing those tools at a high level, if you don't know how, grab a tech one-on-one with Joe and we'll show you how, right? Learn how to go ahead and get that taken care of so that you can step into that opportunity instead of standing in the background watching as those opportunities go by. It's time for action on the social media front. Go ahead, Donna.
I want to add something, so based on the success I've been having with the Facebook ads, and I've been getting, I did a quick analysis. So from August through December, I didn't do any advertising, but I had like 57 leads. And then I just did January and February, I had 71. But because of this, I also had to start using the smart plans. Like I knew they were there. I kind of dabbled in them a long time ago, but now because of the leads, because I can't, it's more than just that first phone call. I actually, now I've set up all my smart plans, and I actually put these Facebook leads into smart plans also in Command. So just wanted to add
Brilliant.
that.
To that point, Rick, I participated in a KW training recently, and there are a couple of really amazing new smart plans that are built. I think one of them by a guy named Magic Mike, if you want to check that out. And their conversation was indicating that the paid ad leads are usually 6 to 8 month leads.
Yeah.
So and the reason why is because if it was a lead for right now, you probably would have gotten that lead through a different online source, like maybe a Zillow or Realtor.com or something like that, because they're ready right now. The Facebook people are responding to your ad because they're interested, but they're not quite ready. So it's more of a 6 to 8 month lead. So if you've only called them 1 time or 2 times and you've given up on them because they're not responding, you're leaving money on the table.
Correct.
Yeah, great information. Guys, we are just about out of time, so I want to say thank you so much for spending time with us this morning. I know that I speak for all of us when we say to everybody on the call, if you need some assistance with this, just reach out. We'll point you in a direction. If you want to ask Donna or ask Mara directly about what it is they've experienced, I'm sure they would be happy to have a conversation with you. So do reach out. Ladies, thank you so much for your time this morning, for sharing. Great job. Continue rocking on. And we will see everybody tomorrow morning at 9, if not before. Have a great day, everybody. Take care.
Thank you.
Thanks, ladies.
Thanks.
Thank you.